everybody, welcome back to Angry Badger Minis. And we have finished the Imperial Knight that I said we would. I knew we would. And we have started on the Warhound Titan, as you guys can see. That way. Anyway, let's see if I can get that out of my face a little bit. I got more than excited with this thing. I've spent the last probably, I don't know, 4 hours in prep. Everything from piecing it together to see where things weren't lining up, what I had to sand off, you name it. And while we're obviously not going to get it all put together tonight, because I've got some other things that I need to look at regarding magnets and things of that nature, I did put some of it together because I was excited. I mean, it's an exciting project. It's rough. The back here, I showed you guys in a previous video. Underneath these vent panels here was a giant block of resin on both of these. And man, let me tell you, that was some work. I took a solid hour and a half to remove those. Mainly because I was using the hobby saw here, and I was trying to be super careful not to cut in, because with this blade, I mean, it's so easy to go off in a different direction. And of course, I'm dealing with dust and everything else, so I had to, keep up on the vacuuming and everything else, because I've got pets, and and of course I don't want to die. Not that it's going to kill you right off the bat or anything, but it can, it's not healthy for you to breathe that stuff. Anyway, I wasn't entirely sure how this is supposed to go together. The instructions that are out there, I bought this so long ago, the instructions that are out there, and I don't even know where mine are, they're for the Mars pattern. And I don't know if I just am tired or what it is, but I was running into an issue here. I'm like, gee, I don't understand, how this is supposed to go together. I mean, mine doesn't look like, what they have, blah, 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 because, we've got these big panels here where the Mars pattern has, shoulders, if you will, that come out like this. And I don't have that. So it is a different setup. Also, the conundrum of, am I really going to go through the effort of painting the inside of this thing? Taking things off, taking a look at it, stuff like that. And I haven't quite decided on that yet. So what I've done, if you guys can see, we've got a little wiggle room here. I have barely glued these in, just enough to hold them in place. I have glued this part in and whatnot. I had to basically take, so I had to take this part, this entire carriage right here, the elevator that's inside here. Let's see, this whole piece right here. I had to take all of those and submerge them in boiling hot water to get them to soften up for me, so I could move them around as they needed to be moved. We also have where right here, this is supposed to be connecting, and it's not. It just won't. So what's probably going to have to happen is I'm probably going to have to get in there and trim some stuff off. I did make the mistake of allowing some of my glue to bleed over. So that's going to be a little bit of a chore, because I'm probably not going to be able to remove this door here, which is going to make painting, an exceptional challenge if I even want to bother with it. And the reason I say, do I even want to bother with it? I mean, I guess in some ways I could probably heat this up and maybe the glue would come off or something like that, or maybe I can just pop it off, I don't know. Anyway, it definitely doesn't want to come apart, and I don't want to break the door, but I can still get in there and right in here and do what I need to do. But is the juice worth the squeeze when it comes to taking this thing apart? I'm sorry, painting the inside, and I'm starting to think that it's not. I had envisioned in my head, like Titan battles and things like that. but like boarding parties and stuff. And looking at this, I guess between this reality and my graphic novels that I have, where they had to actually, you know, fight people off of their Titan. You had now that, mind you, that was a Warlord Titan, so it's considerably bigger, but still, you know, with my Adeptus Titanicus stuff and everything else, and being able to see this and the illusion that they gave inside those graphic novels, like when the Tyranids were attacking and there was a Hormigaunt that was inside, while oh gosh, what's he called? I don't know, like a Moderate Servitor kind of. It was not a Servitor, I guess, but anyway, he was looking, you know, looking for something that was wrong, and they give this illusion that you're walking down these long hallways and stuff, and I guess that's just not the case. So, you know, it is what it is, and you know, it's just how it is. But and now I'm looking at it, and it's interesting to me because back in 2008, I believe. Hold on a second. Just wanted to make sure my Twitch was working. Back in 2008, I made my own Warhound out of PVC pipe and stuff like that. And judging the size of this, my Warhound was humongous. Now I had no idea what the scale was supposed to be, and in my mind, go big or go home kind of thing. But yeah, it's clearly there's no, I mean, my gosh, man, one Space Marine will fill that thing up. So anyway, so I'm just not sure that I want to bother with this part, and maybe, excuse me, we go with, you know, we'll just you know, we'll paint the we'll paint the inside here with the crew that I have not glued in, but we'll see. I mean, you know, there's, I don't know, who knows. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna display it with the head open like that anyway. That would look stupid. So I'm also looking at the possibility, I don't know if there's a way to do it, but while I love the LUCIUS WARHOUND pattern style, I'm not a big fan of the grill right here. I was researching today to try to figure out why they didn't sell this pattern Warhound anymore, and the reason for that is, I guess the Mars pattern supposedly sold 8-to-1 over this one. So I mean, naturally they said, all right, well, people want that one, so we'll do it. And of course, the Chaos one is also a Mars pattern as well. It's not LUCIUS. So you know, there's that. So I'm looking to see if there's a way that I can alter this, or we'll just see, you know, how the paint jobs go. I mean, if you take a look at that one that's up there, that's obviously not my paint job. It's a great paint job. I like it. I'm not a big fan of yellow, but I like that. Yeah, I apologize. I'm so tired. Between studying and trying to get things done here and whatnot, it's been some long days and some even longer nights. But yeah, so this is where we sit right now. But what I wanted to cover is I was looking for videos that would tell me how to, you know, put this together, and I have not found anything really, you know, and I'm not trying to shoot down any creators, but I've not found anything that really explains it, and I'm not sure why that is. Maybe they were like me, sitting here right before I went online and was like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna put this thing together, blah blah blah. But anyway, I wanted to show you some, you know, some of the things they don't cover. I mean, we're live, so it's not like I'm making a prepared video, but as you can see, we've got gaps, you know, here. It's just the way they are. All right, there's no way, there's literally no way to fix that, the way that everything is. I mean, potentially, I guess I could fool, I don't know what, I've never tried it, I don't know what crazy glue would do to, I'm sorry, boiling hot water would do to crazy glue, but I have thought about submerging this and seeing if I can't push some stuff up into where it goes. Might help with this part here with the door, you know, things like that, because it doesn't take long, let me tell you. You know, and it might do it good. Then again, the hot water might separate the freaking crazy glue right from it, and I'm back to square one. And that, I mean, that's not a bad thing either, necessarily, especially when it comes to this door that I want. You know, it was, like I said, I was excited. I am excited, you know, to have this thing getting put together. And most of the guys do it with the feet first. I want to do this first because I want to be able to see this sitting up here as my goal when I get to the legs that I know are going to frustrate the heck out of me. Mainly because I'm not going to use a base like you see there. I'm not saying anything bad about what they did. It looks great as a piece, but it's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to put this model independently on a table on its own, and then I don't have to worry about a base. You know what I'm saying? That way, you know, whatever the battlefield is what the battlefield is. Now, if it gets to the point that I've got to do that, so be it. But that's not what I want. But anyway, there was a ton of, and there still will be, because I still have all the weapons, and I have 2 of every weapon. You know, just because I wanted all the weapon options. What was I going to say? There's going to be a lot more sanding and cutting and what have you. But this is super cool. Just to give you guys an idea of where some of this stuff goes, because I already had it kind of on there. These guys, unlike the Mars pattern where they have the shoulders that come out and then they sit in there, or I'm sorry, are part of the shoulder, these don't. They sit here like this, and then this sits on top. And that's the other part. If I'm going to do this, I've got to find a way to magnetize it in such a way so that these guys will not have to be attached supporting this, because that's what happens. See, I'm almost positive that I have to cut this piece out. It's very flimsy anyway, because you have, where did I put it? Well, they're in here, but you have 2 doors right here that attach to the outside, and then but they're out. I don't know if you can make it out. Let me see if I can make this bigger for us. Yeah, there they are. These 2 doors right here, and underneath them are these weapon servitors. So I'm not exactly sure how we can do this. I mean, these guys obviously have to be glued in. Now, I guess one thing that I could do is I could put some magnets or something like this in the side or something, but I think I'm gonna have to, I'm dealing with a lot of weight and stuff there, so I may not do that. What I may do is just do something with these doors so that you can pick them up and then look. And then the same thing with this part, which is the top vent area that's going to sit up here. Maybe this can be removed and then you can look in, but everything else as we look at it is solid, you know what I'm saying, and it doesn't come off. As I'm looking at this, I can see a couple points that it could work for magnets, but I mean, it's a lot of magnets, man. I mean, this is these have a lot of weight in the back. It's kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of the word. Deceiving, but I think I could do it. I mean, I've got some really strong magnets, and I think it could work. I just don't have any reason to remove these unless I want to see the servitors, which, like I said, you've got the, you know, the door. The only thing I noticed with the door, though, is the door does not actually fully cover this hole. I'm not sure why that is. So maybe it's just, you know, resin, how it is, whatever, I don't know. It's just what it is. But here I am talking and trying to show you guys stuff, and oh my gosh, I'm over here, got the damn Titan itself in its way. Anyway, what I was saying was, you know, I could put magnets, you know, probably like right in this area here, and that would hold it. But the problem is I'm going to have the weight of the guns and everything else, and I'm going to magnetize the guns as well. But that weight's going to be all the way out here on the wing, going basically like this, pulling down on it constantly. So unless I put some really strong magnets on there, I don't, even with strong magnets, I don't think it's gonna, the juice is worth the squeeze. So I think I'm just gonna, we're gonna look at this. And one thing we're gonna do while we're on here is I think I'm gonna go ahead and throw my water back in the microwave just to heat it up, and let's see what happens. Okay, I guess it does kind of cover it up. Well, no, it doesn't. Hold on, because where's the thing? This goes like this. I guess it would, because this is going to go all the way up against it, so that fits in there like that. All right, so maybe it will. All right, so yeah, we'll just cut that out. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm going to put my water back in the microwave. That also gave me a reason to use my new Be Right Back screen. Oh man, I love this. It's fun. Alright, so since we're doing that, let's go ahead and let's clip this out. I'm going to cut a little bit inside here though, just to make sure we're not making this too big. Because, and you know what's crazy is, I did not realize that this really needed to come out, and this was something that I heated this whole piece up as well, because this part right here was bent, this flashing was bent, and I thought it was part of the model. So I was like really trying to get it all straight and level and everything, and come to find out I just need to remove it. But it's exciting that we're putting this together. It's exciting that the Krieg Army build is coming to a close. And I mean, yeah, technically this isn't Krieg. I mean, you can put it with any army really for the Imperium, but I want it to be for the Krieg. I mean, everything about it is going to be Krieg. If I make a base for this, it's going to be trench type stuff, not, you know, I mean, it's a Scout Titan. Alright, let's take a look at that before we go any further. So this would go on here like that. I guess I could glue it on, but I don't really want to do that at the moment. I want to make sure that I got what I need. Okay, yeah. But see, I'm gonna sand that like I've done with everything to try to make it nice and clean. One thing I've noticed with a lot of the pictures out there of this particular model is that not a lot of prep work went into what people were doing, and I understand why. They were excited about their model, they wanted to put it together. But look, man, I mean, you got to do it. It'll look 10 times better in the long run if you just put the effort in. Yeah, see, now that's nice and straight. The other one probably needs the same treatment. A little bit, yeah. Actually, that's not going to be able to sand. We're going to have to cut that off. Maybe I can scrape it off. Yeah, we only have 14 more Imperial Knights to put together. How about that? Alright. Looks good. I think I'm gonna, I don't want to glue that on yet because I just want to make sure that I don't have to dunk this as well. I've sanded it, you know, we've washed everything. You know, that's the biggest thing. but I want to test this out and see what happens when we put this in there. I'm hoping in a way that I can manipulate this door straighter. I really don't want the glue to come apart, and like I said, we got both sides of this thing. I would like to be able to, you know, just push that right up in there, and I feel like I can if it gets warm enough. So we will find out. Be right back. Alright, so this is definitely hot water. Don't try this at home, kids. We're going to experiment with the bottom first, mainly because we don't have enough water in here. Oh, it's sinking. Sinking! Princeps, we're full of water. No, it's too late now, buddy. Who knows, maybe the heat itself will cause things to loosen up. But it's definitely not watertight, as you guys can see. Filled up right away, didn't it? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's working a little bit. Oop. What are you doing there? Okay. We'll worry about that in a second. Let's see what happened. Let's drain the water out first. And let's see if we can... Oh yeah, that's perfect. Push it right up in there. And then we'll just hold it as it cools. Yeah, that worked out great. Well, there you have it, guys. And no, my fingers are not burning right now or anything. Yeah, that worked out great. And it's already cooling down and staying in place. Awesome. So, now I don't think that's going to help me here. I mean, I guess if I wanted to, I could try to, I don't know. One thing I wanted to do was see if I could twist that, but I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, look, got it in there. Awesome. We got to get this one too. Oh boy, come on. Alright, I'm gonna dunk you. This side. Yeah, that's a lot better on the gap. That way, if, you know, I can go back in there if I really need to, and I can fill those gaps in. It's not a big deal. Let's see if this works. Alright, that worked. To get that in there like that, I need it to go right there. There we go. And I need this one to push back over. Yeah, the door is definitely not coming out. So the super glue, or crazy glue, sorry, is not being affected by the hot water, and that's fine. I'm not concerned about that. I'll put the bottom back in because I want to hit that one more time. Yeah, if we can solidify this part coming out, then that will justify doing the painting down in here. If I can't, then I don't even care. Or I'm not going to care. One more time, just make sure, get that up in there nice and tight. Or as tight as we can. Make sure that we don't lose any ground here. Looks good. And I mean, looking at this, it almost looks like the door is leaning backwards. But it could just be me. Alright, now I want to dunk this back in because I want to work on this back panel back here and flatten it a little bit more so I don't have to put as much crap in there. There we go. Just hold that down. So much better. And the water just showed me a place I need to do some sanding, so that's good. A little bit over here too. Didn't quite get it. Okay. Alright. That'll work. That will work. That'll do, pig. That'll do. It's from Charlotte's Web, by the way. Your movie trivia for today. I see what's going on in there and why we have a problem. These right here, there's a box, like an ammo box, or, well, electrical box. No, I guess it's not a problem. Never mind. Disregard. I thought maybe they were supposed to fit in somewhere, and it doesn't look like that happens. Because if it did, then there's a conduit back there that you'd never see, that there would be no point that that they made it. So I think we're good to go. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Okay. Alright, so we have the general idea of what is happening here. And everything looks relatively straight. Like I said, we've got some gaps here, but that's not an issue. I mean, it's all stuff we'll be able to handle later. Oh, and if you weren't aware, water does not stop your glue from being able to glue. Just in case you were one of those people that were wondering. Okay, so let's just take a look at this again. And it's going to sit right in there like that. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Isn't that supposed to go over that? I don't know. Looks like we got another gap. Can't do anything about. Alright, well anyway, I know that this has to go, oops, has to go in here, and it sits right there. The way that I figured that out, because of the lack of instructions, was I found that it fit up in there evenly, and then I sat it down in here as best I could. What's going on here? Take care of that. I don't know why that's in the way all of a sudden. Shouldn't be. But it is. Alright, let me get that out of there. can glue him in if I want to, since we're going to be doing the other portion of this. What in the world's going on now? Didn't have any problems earlier. Something is amiss. There we go. Okay. So that's gonna fit in there. I'm not gluing this down right now. I just want to show the fit. We didn't cut this one out. That's okay. Go ahead and cut it out now. Slide that over there. Give myself some room to work on camera. Oh, that's what I was afraid of. That crack went all the way into there. That's what I was afraid of. It's alright. At least it didn't break off. I can fix that. It's all fixable. It's just disheartening when you see it, something like that happen, you know what I mean? And what it costs, you know, for these models is crazy. Okay. Let's see. You can't even really make out the crack. That's good, but I don't want to do that right now. This guy's going to be going right where the crack was anyway. So that'll reinforce that. So let me slide this in here. Provide some added weight. Doesn't fit as tight as it does on the other side, so that's something we'll have to look at. What I'm trying to do here is get the this piece. That's what I'm looking for. So that's going to go basically well, I don't know why that's not really fitting in there. Should. Servitor fell out, that's fine. Okay, we're gonna have to cut some more off of this one. Whoa. Pardon me while I do this off camera, it's just easier, more leverage. I'm used to working close to my chest without a camera. Okay, there we go. So it's going to basically be like that. So yeah, I think we can get away with this piece being what we did use to look inside. Okay. Alright, so with that being said, I am going to go ahead and glue some of this stuff down so that I'm not fighting it anymore. Like that piece right there. That piece right there. We'll go ahead. And I'm not going to glue that just in case I need a little wiggle room to try to paint something. Let's see. Everything else should be glued down. Alright. So, with that, I'm going to glue these bad boys in there. Where they go. Just checking this out to make sure I've got the right fit. Should be good. Put this servitor where he goes. And let's hope that this fits like it's supposed to. I did see somebody with a Mars pattern had the same problem with trying to get the servitor in there, so it's clearly an issue. But I don't think it's one where you want to start shaving off any of the resin. I'd rather have it a tight fit like that than have to worry about anything else, you know what I mean? Okay. So that being said, let's get a little glue on here. We've got a keyhole here, key point. Let's see. That goes there. We don't want to put anything there. And we're going to put just a little bit right there. Put some right here. Not a lot because I don't want to go too far out. Try to match that keyhole up if we can. Pain in the butt. I don't know if we can or not, but we're gonna try. Hold it down, see what happens. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. As soon as I moved my body. I knew it. They're at. With the angle of this, I don't know, maybe we can, no, that's not gonna work. Not this time. Plus I'm trying to make sure that the shoulder here is flat, not like drooping down. I don't see this engaging the keyhole under here at all. There we go. Almost like I knew what I was doing. I guess I could always like go back and do the water trick again if I don't like the angle, but I think we're doing good here. Just gotta get it to glue. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the head. I feel like I want to put it at an angle, but I'm not going to do that until after I've got the legs positioned. back and deal with that after I make sure I've got the back on here. Let's give that a second to cure on its own. Okay. Be right back. Gonna get something to drink. And we're back. Let's throw a sweatshirt on. Nothing fell apart yet. That's a good thing. Tricks of the trade. Drink a little of the water out so you got room to mix your drink. Especially if it's cold water and it clumps up the powder. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty hefty. Definitely gonna have to pay attention to how I have the legs so it's not too top heavy. I mean, I already knew that, but I have to keep reminding myself because that could be an issue. What the heck? Come on, Twitch, what are you doing over here? Don't you huff at me, Missy. Don't you huff at me, bad girl. Bad girl. Bad girl. You're a bad girl. Yeah. Don't sniff the glue. You're not supposed to do that. Nobody sniffs glue. See? You're a bad girl. I told you. Don't sniff the glue. Freaking weirdo. Weirdo. That nose is always getting you in trouble. Any trash can, anybody's food bowl, the cat. What? What did you say? Are you talking back? What? Girl. You're so ferocious. Don't look at me like that. Alright. Let's see here. I think we're good here. So we can go ahead and start working on the other side I mean. Let's put some glue in there. Oh, okay. Well, that explains why we had a problem last time. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I just work here, man. Alright. Okay, so put some glue right there. Some glue right there. Some glue right there. Some glue here. And pray that it all works out. There. Let that sit for a little bit. Excellent. So yeah, I mean, you can put one Space Marine in there. He fills up the whole damn thing. Space Marine could even fit in this side. Most likely cannot. So, my dreams of boarding parties fighting on Titans apparently are dashed at the moment until it becomes one massive Titan thing. But I'm not even sure that the Forge World Warlord Titan accommodates that. I don't think it does, actually. Same problem here. Hold that down. Hopefully it won't pop this up over here. And I'm not gonna have my my Warhound standing straight up or anything, but I'm sure as heck not gonna have him like way bending over like a lot of folks do. It defeats the purpose for me of a gigantic mech being gigantic. So. Nope, not ready. I was hoping he was ready, but he's not. Might be able to do this side though. Yep, that'll work. I may need to. No, there's nothing else for that side. But yeah, I'm super excited about this. This thing's been sitting in a box for, man, I don't even remember when I bought it. Don't know when I'm gonna get to play with it either, but that doesn't matter. I'm gonna leave this apart for now because I want to be able to paint all of that. But what we are gonna do before we call it a night here is we're gonna try to see where everything sits. See what we've got to do. Get these hatches put on and see how they lay. Telling you, man, if you don't have any of these clamps, you need to get some. Need to get some. Feel like we should be good. Looks like it. If it pops off, we'll fix it. But I want to get to this part before we close down for the evening. So this has to sit in here in such a way that's what I was worried about right there. Son of a gun. That's a pretty big margin. There we go. sure what's going on here. Why this is... I mean, this is supposed to go here. We know that. But the other question is, what in the world? Oh, I forgot this piece. I'm like, where's the... what goes there? Answer or ask and ye shall receive. And I don't believe that I have these glued in, but we are going to glue them in. Oh wait, no we're not, because we still need to be able to paint in here. Alright, that's fine. And then this all sits on top of that. Like that. Like I said, it's one big puzzle. In a way. With a lot of freaking gaps, man. I don't like that. And then these go like this. But they'll need to be, this will all need to be lower. Essentially like that, just seated lower. I've got to figure out what's holding me up here, and I'll work with that. And then we put the head on. And there you'll have your Warhound Titan upper torso. So thank you guys. Hope you share the same excitement that I am. And we'll catch you next time.